This is a Milne Road Studios production. This is an AshMan podcast. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah. Bravo.
David Fowler.
Bravo. Oh, yes.
Hey! It's a podcast time. It's Saturday afternoon, and we've got Mr. David Fowler from the Sunshine Coast.
Hey.
Dave, how are you, bro?
Very good, very good. Yourself?
Good to see you again. You've
good to be
flown
back.
in with Alex and Debbie from the Sunshine Coast.
That's right. That's correct.
How's the Sunshine Coast going? Tell us a little bit about the scenery up that way. Are you on the coast, near the coast?
We are, between the highway and the coast. We live in the sun. We live in the middle of the Sunshine Coast. So
Is it Maroochydore or is it somewhere else?
It's the highway side of Butter. It's called Mons or Forest Glen.
Okay.
And it's right, if you look at the Sunshine Coast, from Noosa to Caloundra, and then the beach and the inland, which is the like the hills,
Okay.
the highland.
Yes.
We're literally right in the middle of everything,
All
which is
right.
fantastic, yeah. So we are literally 20 minutes to everything, 20 minutes to the high towns, 20 minutes to the beach, 20 minutes to Caloundra.
Are you above Brisbane? Or-
Yeah, we're an hour, like 100 k's north from Brisbane.
Yeah, right.
90 something.
And what's your normal temperature around this time of the year? Mid-20s?
Yeah, mid-20s
Yeah,
during
low
the
to
day,
mid-20s.
and a little bit cooler at night, but it's not really cold.
Because you really, if you get your cool air, that comes off the coast up from Sydney, doesn't it? So you sort of got would that be a southeasterly coming up the coast?
Right. Yeah,
Is that
I'm not very.
Is that your cooler air?
I would say there is like 3 days of the year that you might need to.
Put a cardigan on.
Well, it depends.
Go and get
'cause
your
for
cardigan.
For example, we had a barbecue at a friend's house. He lives like at the top of the hill, and it's all you can see all the way to the ocean, and it's high. So the wind, like even though it wasn't, let's say July, it becomes really. You have to put fire and whatnot. But normally, if you're around the coast itself, like at the beach, it wouldn't be too cold at all. No, not during the day. Maybe a little bit at night. But literally, it could be like 2 weeks of cold, if something like that. That you go, oh, it's cold.
Can you hear the birds in the background?
I can.
Chirping away.
It's beautiful.
Every now and then we get a cockatoo or something like that, and you can really hear them. And we're probably due for a plane, are we? What are we? 5:30, 6 o'clock?
Yeah, 6:12, I think.
Oh, okay. They might,
Not sure.
because it's so still. I don't know which way they're landing. They either land over the water at West Beach there, or they come over the top where you came and then head towards the city.
Right.
But it's fairly still. It's almost like a Dodge tide out there, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's beautiful. The weather it was fantastic. Like it was a bit overcast, but it's not. It's not like cold.
So you, Alex, Reese, and Debbie have come down for a 4-day Adelaide tour.
That's correct.
Whoa,
To visit
whoa, whoa.
you.
Hey, Whitey! It's so wonderful to see you again. This is your second time in the studio, isn't it?
That's correct. I think it's actually
It could be the third.
No, we did one over the phone. So it is the third
too.
one, but we did one. So this is my second time here, but we did one over the phone. When
We did.
When the guys
We went straight to the Sunshine Coast, didn't we? That
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
Do we
That's
have Nonna talking? Is it what's Granny called up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Yeah. She's in Chile at the moment.
Is she?
Yeah,
In
she's gone,
Chile.
she's gone to Chile to
What's she
sort
doing
out
there?
some health issues.
Oh, okay, righto.
Well, not terrible issues, but she went to sort out her teeth and her eyes. And
Did she leave her teeth in Chile?
no. She already had a doctor who did a surgery on her.
Yes, sir.
So she's going to get that checked with the same doctor. And she had a procedure done to it. And that was done. And then now, and she had the thing where they put these lenses in the eyes. And I think there was an issue with one of the stitches got loosened. So they're going to go and sort that out.
Good. She'll have 20/20 vision before too long.
Let's hope.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you
She's
brought
living
you
with
brought
us.
the good weather down. We've had very little rain in the last few days here. Tonight is the best night. I think we might have got up to 25 today. It's only just gone 6 o'clock now, but it's balmy, isn't it?
beautiful.
We haven't had short sleeve like this. We've had the gas heater on every night since about May.
Right. Yeah,
So we've
I
been
thought it was
burning
nice.
LP gas
Yeah, even the other day when we were out there
out the
at
back.
the patio, because the sunny coast can be warm. Can be warm, right?
Yeah.
So then I
Antonio
was really
Banderas.
enjoying the cold or the freshness because it wasn't really that cold. Hey! Oh, thank you very much. That was fantastic. I appreciate it.
And you're down for 4 days. What have you
4
been
days.
doing since you've been here?
I've been hanging out with you. Today I was around with the girls that are doing shopping, so I was the hanger. So
All
they
right, you were the carry case, were you?
Correct. So they were for the three of the girls, including Mandy. So Debbie started
Ooh
with
la
it.
la.
Ooh la la. Debbie started with, can you hold this, Dad? She gave me a whole bunch of things that was there. And then I thought, well, I might as well carry so they can go and have a look. So I was carrying everything like this in my arms.
Lucky you're a stallion of strength.
Yeah, I do my best. I do my best, I want to be.
Was that the one on Churchill Road where you went, Savers?
I don't know.
Or did
we
you-
went there too. That was
Yeah,
the second
Churchill Road.
one.
That's the big one.
That's great. It's massive. We don't have anything like that.
There's a lot of
Sunny
square
Coast.
metre floor there. And Sonny bought a little, Sonny that I do the other podcast with, he had a little 6-drink esky that he got for $5 or $6.
Yeah, it's really and they look new too. I bought a pair of shorts. I bought 3 books because I like reading.
You've been reading this afternoon, haven't you, since you've
Yeah.
been back?
Yeah, I was reading a book. It's called, oh God, I don't remember what it's called, but it has to do with something. It's not Blink, it's not Bluff, it's something like that. It's like a
It's a
short.
red cover. I can almost see it.
And it is about mastery. So it's actually a ping pong guy who was world champion and whatnot, and he's trying to explain that what we normally think as talent, normally it's not. Normally it's some sort of privilege, not in the sense, not on the woke sense as privilege, but not in the lack of where they were brought up and the people around them and that type of thing. Like real, like he was the school where he went to, like everything was perfect for him to develop this mastery that he did, and he was able to practice. We were talking about the 10,000 hours, and it's about that. And I just started reading it, so that's as far as I'm gone. So he's trying to demonstrate that most of mastery is not really that the talent is developed through practice, really, and he's trying to, I guess his thesis, if you like, is that he was probably he was the world champion, but he had to be the luckiest man in the world to have everything in line for him to develop that. Not just his luck. He had a bigger brother.
Knowledge is king, though, isn't it? If you know that the angle of the bat needs to be at this angle, then it's automatic. You don't even think about it.
Well, I agree. As long as you got the practice.
Mozzies, yeah, they're in 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. Knowledge is important, but I reckon practice.
Practice.
Knowing. It's like knowing you, like trying to be a gentleman, let's say, and knowing that you got to open the door for a lady. It's not the same as going and opening it. It's the practice of it.
Well, it's a dying practice, isn't it? It's only us guys born before 1970, It's.
Well, so far no one has been angry at me because I've done it.
I think it's still a good practice. Yeah, I think you know when you can talk and when you can't around old people. It's good. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right.
And you obviously got down Thursday. You had a good flight on Jetstar.
Yeah, it was good.
Had
It
a
was
good
straightforward.
Good flight.
Yeah, watched the movie.
Into Adelaide Airport there. And did you get through the terminal pretty quick?
Yeah, it was straightforward. We got out because we had one carry, so we had to stop to get the one that what is it called? The bag that we put on the plane.
Yeah.
And
Suitcase.
Suitcase, yeah. But I think it was already going around. So then we took it, we walked out, and just suddenly Mandy passed.
Oh, did she?
There's the bird.
Yeah.
No, sorry, the crickets. What is it?
Yeah, they generally turn up on most podcasts. So, no, it's good. So
At this time?
Yeah, about this time. Whenever the podcast is about 10 minutes in.
Yeah, okay.
So
I hope it's not because they're getting bored.
it's all practice, you see. It's part of the 1,200 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So we went up the gully last night. We went up to the
gully.
Tea Tree Gully Hotel, and Alex and Reese and Debbie and Mandy went up there. We went up in 2 cars.
Yeah,
Felt like a Mozzie boy, didn't we?
And you gave me a tour, an exterior.
You did get a tour.
A bit of
didn't
history
you?
as well. I loved
history about the bottle shop that used to be out the front there, and
Yeah, and now it's a whole massive shed.
isn't it a good place though? It's got
It's lovely.
you can come inside or you can go outside and sit on different levels.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
It's
food,
great.
the food's pretty good.
The food is amazing. Pizzas, I love it. And I actually, what Alex was eating was, my God, I was like, just because I know
She
the
did
pizza.
have a big meal, didn't she?
That was the pork and the crackling. I tried some of it. I had to.
Was it
because I
good?
loved it. Amazing. Yeah. And but real, it was thick, too
Yeah,
thick.
yeah, they was.
It wasn't like shaved out of the bloody roast, you know. It was like too thick, at least 1.5 centimeters.
They were like scalloped out.
Each
weren't
roll, yeah. That
Mm.
was, and their pizzas are amazing too. I really enjoyed it.
It is a good pub. It's we used to go there years ago as kids, 18-year-olds and that. And
Yeah.
as I said, as you went through the tour last night, that it only used to be the front bar, and then you had the toilet, which was even on the right-hand side where we
Right.
went left into the bar. The toilet used to be there, and that was pretty well lit.
Yeah,
And then they put on the machines, and then they put
Focus,
in,
yeah.
started to spread out. And then they put the tents out there, with the white tents over the
Yes,
top. And then
yes.
the bottle shop came in, and now they've built that big structure out the back for weddings. And now it's a precinct, isn't it?
that's right. Well, I haven't. Both times I saw the looks like a bloody conference center. If you ask me, it's
Yes.
massive. But but I love the actual pub itself because it's got the traditional pub like 1800 type of thing, with the bar there and the
Yes.
booze and whatnot, and then very modern but very hospitable with the seats and the couches and the massive screen and like different levels. It really it makes you feel comfortable just walking through it.
And you're right at the base of the foothills. So we get fogs generally through winter here. And like sometimes you get really good fogs. The only other issue you get up at the foothills is you get the wind.
Right.
So in between seasons where you've got autumn, spring, summer, autumn, winter, spring,
Yeah.
you start to get the gully breezes. So of a night time, it might be say 25, 26 during the day. Night time you get a lot of shit blowing down from the foothills there. But where the gully is, as soon as you go past, and we've got the Fox and Firkin on the right tomorrow, Sunday, Fox and Firkin, you go up the hill. So if we had time, we'd take you to Manham up to Jenny and Michael's place there because they're living right on the water.
Wow.
And they've got a deck about here to the fence away that you can sit out there and just waste your life away. It's cool. You've got the
nice.
motorboats going down the waterway. And
Yeah.
oh, that was a bird, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't give them a choice if they're in the zone.
They're probably going straight at you. They don't like me.
No, they like me. Hopefully they'll go for me anyway. But so yeah,
don't mind.
so I've been out playing baseball today. I've been umpiring the grand
Yeah.
final for the winter
hit.
ball, and
And hit a couple of
got
times.
a nice hit today. Nice one through the
Yeah.
collarbone area.
So you don't want to, for what you told me before, you don't want to reduce the time spent on pain from the impact? You want to just man it up?
Just man it up. No Panadol here, mate.
Okay.
Tough as old boots.
All right.
I think I'm from Barcelona myself. Italy, not Italy, Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah?
Good leather?
I don't know. I lived in Spain when I was a kid, but I was in a bloody boarding school. Man. Don't ask me about Spain.
I thought Spain had good leather.
I don't know. I don't really know.
There was a
I know Argentina's got good leather,
Okay.
and I think Italy does amazing clothes generally. wherever the leather comes from. But I don't know.
Most
about
of the
some.
stuff from Italy is very good quality, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, whether
Well,
it's
famous work.
washing machines or you know, whatever, cars, dishwashers,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, if it's got the badge on it, it's generally pretty good. You're not buying
Yeah.
you're not sort of buying a Datsun, are you? You know, but
Do they still exist? Datsuns?
no, they're gone.
Nissan. No, it's called Nissan, isn't it?
Yeah. Crazy times. Is you know we used
Like
to
Panasonic.
we used to produce a Ford and a Holden here and a Chrysler.
Where are they made now?
They're
Korea?
not made anymore. They're shut down.
No, so you can't buy
Can't get a Commodore anywhere now.
Really?
So
I thought they just shut the factories and they made somewhere else.
they did for a couple of years. I think it went once they shut down the Lionsgate here. I reckon it was a couple of years that they had it left open with Opel, which was a German.
Yeah.
German
Well,
one.
Opel is
And
the
that's where it
European
originally
General
started
Motors.
anyway. You know, it's sort of done a full circle. But
Yeah, well, I think it's General Motors. So
yes, sir.
General Motors are called Chevrolet in America, including
Yes.
South America, Opel in Europe, and Holden on this side of the world. But apparently,
What are
it's the
they
same.
driving in Chile?
They're called Chevrolet.
So it's an American car.
Right. It's General Motors.
Okay. What else they got down there? What else they?
Oh, they
what
got
else they
all
drive? Yeah.
Oh, everything.
So
It's
they
a
got
big
the
city. There's
Japanese cars and all that.
Japanese cars.
Mazda. and-
Depending on what, because you know there's social classes in South America. So yeah, depending on the neighborhood. And it's actually called high class and lower class, and actually it's literal, because as you go up to the hill, to the Andes, to the mountains, the properties, they're high class.
What's
But you got sort of slums around them as well, and now they're more become proper suburbs, I guess. Yeah.
what is the height of the Andes? Does it get up to a couple of
God,
k's?
I don't
high?
know. Oh, more than that. More than that.
Yeah,
At least
10,000, 12,000 feet.
I don't know about feet, kilometers. I would say 4. I
Yeah,
think
4 threes are 12. So times it by 3.
Right. I think 4Ks, something like that, and
So
a bit
4
higher.
threes are 12.
Some
Might
of
be
them-
12, 13.
That'll
13.
be the higher bits, and I think the highest
That's
one.
pretty high.
Well, you know what I learned recently?
Lay it on me.
Okay. So, you know how they say the highest mountain, it's Everest, right? But that's according to sea levels,
Yes.
right?
You're
Okay.
talking the opposite way in the water, are you?
No. I'm talking about near the equator, the water, the earth is spinning. So there's more water like this. So if you actually consider the highest mountain from the same level, if you forget about the water, it's actually in Ecuador.
Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Because the ocean is more
Because
out. Is
Mount, it's expanding more. Yeah, so you've got Mount Everest is 28,000 feet.
like 8 Ks and something, yeah.
So 8 threes are 24, 9 threes are 27. So it's 9 to 10 kilometres high.
That's right. Did you see the guy that did I think it was the 8 most highest
Peaks
in 8 days or something
Yeah, yeah,
stupid?
yeah.
He was a Nepalese.
30 and 30, I reckon it was, or
Something
12
ridiculous.
and 12.
He even, because you know how they don't stop to save people because they can die? He even saved someone. And he's got no oxygen, no nothing. Like, this is a Nepalese.
You get
Like,
some of the
worse than
Sherpas, don't you, that don't use oxygen at all.
Well, he is one of them. But he's a young bloke and he's
And
westernized.
he saved a Westerner.
He even went back, grabbed him, and took him down. I mean, that's unheard of. And this is like in the middle of an already, I'll say
Death
stupid for anyway.
Death zone.
Yeah, but he's in the middle of what he's doing. He's already done 3 or 4 bloody peaks in the last 4 days. There's something about them and the oxygen and the blood that, that's why they do
I think
it.
they got some balls. I think Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand, he never used oxygen, I don't reckon.
Yeah.
So, when you get in that death zone between, say, 25,000 feet and 28,900, whatever it is, that you're dying. You're
Yeah.
dying to get to the peak, and most of them die on the way back.
Right.
Even when we went to Mount Cook in New Zealand, like we were just walking on their general parkways, and that was about if I said about a 90-minute walk each way, and that was pretty tough. You had big grey stone because it's all volcanic.
Right.
You know, the mountains are still moving, still
Yeah,
pushing up
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that. And that was a big walk.
Correct.
And there it is. Fucking Aussies. If you're coming around to get me.
Well, if you're gonna do, and this is what mountaineers do, because I grew up near the Andes, so I did a lot of Andinism. It's called like alpinism and whatnot. And if you're gonna be doing a high mountain, there's stages where you stop and you camp, sometimes for a week, so that you adapt. You get the red blood
Climatise.
cells going and whatnot. You don't just go, you know. But this guy did all that, like one of them a day. For 10 days.
So he
stupid.
must have had a fairly high ceiling that he could go to without.
Well, of course, and
this fucking-
he's Nepalese. They were born for it.
Yeah. They must have great lung capacity.
Well,
mate.
if you think about, you know, Bolivia and the Altiplano in Latin America and South America is it's flat. It's called the Altiplano because it's flat, but you're at 2Ks, 2.5 Ks height. Flat. You don't know you're at the top of the bloody mountain.
So you're already, say, 4,000 plus feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well the whole of Bolivia's up there. That's why they got the coca leaf. That was beautiful.
You're right. Oh Jesus. That's the insect repellent. The old Coles one. But they are in here. They're like birds at the minute. It's probably the
why
bike.
didn't we close the door? I mean, why didn't we?
Might be the bike tire going out the back.
You want me to close it?
Take your earrings off or you'll pull the thing over. But yeah. Yes, please, I mean. Dave, just grab a red can out the door of the fridge too, mate. In the door on the right. There we go. The old red can, the old West End draft. It doesn't matter. Temperature never bothered me.
Is that an extensor?
That's for the for the internet. But what are you doing up there on the Sunshine Coast? You
What do I do?
you have a business up there?
Yeah, we have
Talk about
the
that.
nude window.
Excuse me.
Curtains and blinds. We have a curtain and Roman blind factory, and we retail window furniture. Everything from obviously curtains and Roman blinds to roller blinds, shutters, awnings, exteriors as well. We do exterior shutters. Yeah, anything. that's
Mainly
window
retail?
covering.
Mainly retail? Or?
Oh, we do wholesale. The curtains and the Roman blinds we do.
Yeah.
To a handful of boutique builders and other retailers. Yeah.
Good. And that's keeping you busy. And you
God,
got a
yeah.
new warehouse, yeah?
Well, we were running out of space, and the girls
Does grow, doesn't it?
it's really hard for the girls to work with the way we've got everything at this moment. So we thought, now we need it. So in the same complex, we got the shed across. It's inside, so we're like a strata.
How far
There's
from home is it?
10 minutes.
Oh, that's even better, isn't
10 minutes. So we are between the highway and the beach. So we go to the highway, take the highway, turn left, and the shed is right there. It's an industrial complex. It's one of the new ones because you know the Sunshine Coast. In the next 10 years, well 9 now, there's going to be over 30,000 dwellings getting built.
We're calling this the
90,000
Silicon Valley of the
It's
Eastern
called
Seaboard.
it's called the that's correct, and the word silicon is in a bunch of bloody businesses and people from. They have the optic fiber, so there was one in Sydney, right, and there's another one coming to Maroochydore, straight to Maroochydore, and it's I don't know the words, but they spoke something about 3 milli something rather faster than Sydney, so they're all very proud. This was
incredible,
council
isn't it?
people, so they're like, oh, we are the best. And so apparently there's all these tech businesses from Melbourne and whatnot moving the business to the Sunshine Coast because the CBD is being built as we speak. It wasn't a golf course.
Yeah, right. So the urban sprawl.
And now you go
the
there,
urban
it's
sprawl
just
started.
buildings. And buildings like the rubbish bin on the street, you throw it and the rubbish gets So it's like everything is fully technological. It's crazy. You wouldn't know. Yeah. And
1988, I think Mandy and I went up there with Joan and Bob, Mandy's mum and dad,
yeah.
and that might have been the year of Expo in Brisbane. So
Right.
did you go into Brisbane with Reese and Debbie and Alex the other day to see the Queen's Wharf redevelopment?
No, I don't think I did.
Because
Did
they've
Reece and
done,
Debbie
they
go?
got 3 towers there now, haven't they? They've spent like $1 trillion on the Queen's Wharf there. It's wonderful. I've been watching it on,
Oh,
1DM or whatever, you know, with the mega projects get built, and
yeah.
that one looks terrific.
Right. Well, I tell you, I went to the Maroochydore Chamber of Commerce the other day, which I'm not a member, but you don't have to. You pay your ticket and you go. I'm a member of the Caloundra one, and the thing is that I was blown away. I was excited and blown away by what they were saying. Like they've got a few. So they want to make the Sunshine Coast. Well, actually, the southeast Queensland is a bit of Australia that's growing more than anything. As a matter of fact, am I boring?
No, not at all.
As a matter of fact, check this statistics. From 5 people coming into Australia, 1 is going to the Sunshine Coast.
That's enormous.
It's
isn't
crazy. I didn't know that. Between COVID and now, 200,000 people have moved to the
it?
Sunshine
That's
Coast.
20% of what comes in goes there.
Yes.
Have they got enough land, or do they got
There's
to?
shitloads. When you go on the motorway, which is the road, it's like not a highway, it's a motorway. It's between the highway, Bruce Highway, and the Esplanade, if you like. There used to be all cane farms, and now they're building a whole bunch of things like Aura, it's called one, and that's just half of it. And it's not like a whole city on its own.
How many cane farms are still left?
No, not much.
They've killed it off. I know.
Yeah, well,
I
they
know.
closed-
White sugar as well was the root of the issue, wasn't it? That white sugar sort of was on the decline.
I know nothing about
That'd
that.
be fair, wouldn't it? That'd be fair.
Could be, but the North is still doing the same thing. The North is still going south. There's cane everywhere. But I think what happened is the Sunshine Coast, as a Sunshine Coast, as what's happening, as what's been happening since I've been living there, it's obvious that it's a place that is going to grow like the Gold Coast. Not as silly high, but it's so cane farms, buildings. What's going to bring?
What's going to be tech, isn't it? It's
What's going to bring more money to the council? What makes more sense is pretty much the last. Okay, you got Rainbow Beach. But after that, there's no beaches, as in surfable and whatnot. The Sunshine Coast, Rainbow Beach, and that's it. Until who knows when. You know, so obviously there's much more money with tourism. And check this out. I was blown away. They're doing a project called Turbine. Nothing to do with turbos. It has to do with food and beverage manufacturing. It's like it's going to be almost like a whole neighborhood, but it's going to be like where you share. Let's say you have a food idea, whatever, a drink or whatever, they have all the implements to do it. So you don't have to buy the equipment to package, to make, to all that, because that's going to be there. It's going to be like a what do you call it when you share things with someone else? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. But that's what we're going to do. It's literally going to be like an estate where they're going to have all
co-op.
Co-op. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was thinking hard on
Thank you.
the cogs.
It's going to be a corporation thing. So they're already doing that. So let's say, and I thought it was great because I told Reese about it because he's doing his coffee thing.
He loves the cold brew, doesn't he?
And I thought, oh, this is amazing because you don't have to buy any equipment. You can just share it. You know,
That's
get the business going.
If you can put the order through without having to look
even-
after all the manufacturing and whatever.
Even his pancake friend.
Yeah, how good's that
You
one?
know what I mean? Because there's going to be literally a little town just for that. Where there's going to be all the machines are going to be there to do all the products and to pack it because they want to make manufacturing bigger there. There was this guy, it was funny because he was, I think his name was Tim, and he was aerospatial engineer, so pretty much rocket scientist. And I had to do the joke.
We didn't go to the moon because it was easy. We went to the moon this decade because it was hard.
Well, so I will say to him the classic joke, and then I saw his face, and I realized he's heard it 1,000 times before. We will talk about anything, and I'll say something like, well, it's not rocket science, is it? And he'll just go, like, oh, God, not again.
Reese has
Not
seen
again.
SpaceX in California anyway. He does love it. He loves the tech.
Well, then there's that. And then, sorry to interrupt.
Not at all.
And the other thing that they're doing because of this, I already told you, because of the optic fiber thing coming under the ocean. Funny enough, I asked everybody where the hell is it coming from, and no one knows. All they know is that it's coming to Australia from the underneath the ocean. They're like, but where? Where is it coming from? They're like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, so all these
She's going to produce a head in Maroochydore.
Yeah. So they were thinking about, trading, for example, big trading businesses, because a fraction of a second in timing, it can be millions of dollars.
Hit or miss. You either make the big one or you fall away because
but being early,
internet speed was too slow.
Well, but being early on a trade, a fraction of a second compared to a fraction of a second later,
David,
it can be millions.
Like rugby, you get control of the ball, you make the play. Everyone else has to defend, don't they?
Well, that's right.
So you get first use. Of course.
Right.
That's part of your book. That's part of your 1,200 hours, to be a master.
Yes.
That's all part of it. As we said before.
10,000 hours.
10,000.
According to some literature. Yeah.
So the growth up there is going well.
Oh, it's I was so excited, especially because we're just renting this shed, and I'm thinking, how part of me is excited because I'm thinking we're selling, but I'm thinking, well, but it could be just a thing. This could be finished tomorrow. It could be just a market thing, nothing to do with what we're doing. But then I'm thinking I'll go to
It's not what comes from here. It's what the industry sees coming out of your place.
Well,
so you can tell everyone how good you are. It's not what you say. It's produced in the product. And the product generally will sell itself if it's good.
Yeah.
And people want it. Irrespective of what you've done to get it to that point.
Yes.
That's where the money starts to come back in.
Yes.
That's
and also the market, because for what I told you, the growth of the Sunshine Coast. I mean, if I can't do any sort of business in a marketplace
in a growing area
that is growing and has got more and more customers, then I shouldn't be in business at all. Yeah. That's what I told Alex when we started this thing. I said, listen.
Hello, Alex.
Yes. Hello, love. So this is what I told when we started this idea. I said exactly that. I said, listen, because it took me like probably 4 or 6 months because I was working. So I wasn't just sitting down during the day doing it. It took me like 6 months actually to do all the market research. And I saw this on the website, on the Sunshine Coast, because they have the plan there. Everything is open. And and then it's repeating himself because that's what it said for 10 years. And now it's released a new plan. It says again the same thing. So 90,000. So I'm thinking, okay, this thing is just.
I think it's gold. I think you're sitting on a gold mine there just to stay in there.
Yeah, well, so I thought that's what I told her. I said, look.
What was the years of business you've been in there with the nude window?
We started the nude window. Well, Alex was partner owner of the biggest wholesale curtain manufacturer, at least on the Sunshine Coast. And she sold back her part, and we started our thing on 2018. But because of contractual issues, we couldn't retail or manufacture within 2 years. So what I did was, with my son, we started installing for other companies, local companies.
Say good day to your son in Melbourne.
Yeah, Vinny.
Vinny boy, we had some good photos of you last night.
Vinny
you
Babadino.
are a dish.
There we have it. And then,
one bit of hot property there.
And he's going to be a father, so I'm going to be a grandfather.
When's the baby due?
23rd of October. That's my birthday.
October, same day as David.
It might not be, but I'm just saying that.
It's funny, isn't it, how those dates seem to reoccur?
Well, my sister was born on my birthday.
Crazy. I've got a cousin born on my same day as well.
Yeah, well, there you have it.
One had 5 babies.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
One had 5 babies, one had none. Twin girls.
Wow.
Work it out. One got 5, one got none.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
But you seem to find dates reoccur all the time. I think it's one of those unwritten things, isn't it? That
you think like the Fibonacci.
Of course.
whatever that is. It looks like a spiral, apparently.
I think everything's curves, isn't it?
Apparently, the straightest way to somewhere isn't a curve too.
That's
what I've
right.
heard.
Everything's
Something to do with the time, space, and light.
That's right. I think soon I believe they're exceeding light speed now. I think that's already a given. That there's this pulse thing I've been banging on about it for ages, that it's exceeding the speed of light. Light's too slow, 186,000 miles a second. It's too slow.
Oh.
Like you look at those jet fighters screaming through.
Yeah.
And the shadow's still with them.
Yeah.
The day you can sneak away from your shadow will be a good day.
Might be a scary one.
Could be.
Yeah.
So you got baby, so grandpa's coming? You got grandma and grandpa? Is that how is that?
What I'm going to be called?
Tell us where you were originally born.
I was born in Vienna, Austria. Österreich.
Elevated?
What's that?
Height?
Oh, Vienna, I don't know how height.
Vienna's
I
in,
don't really know.
don't know?
Yeah, the Alps are there, but I don't know if Vienna is. It would be a valley, I guess. I don't think it'll be on a mountain. Not from memory.
And your mum is a good dancer?
My mum is a.
What's her name?
used to
Say good day to her.
Karen Connolly.
Karen, you're a dish.
She's coming.
You're still a dish.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah. So she was working in Europe, in Austria, and my dad was working there as well in the atomic department of the UN, which I don't know what it's called.
The United Nations.
Right. And a computer. I remember they were like fridges, and the discs were this big, thick, and like fridges. You know, they looked like literally like washing machines and the computers, and they put these things in. I remember that. Yeah.
So he was involved with the atomic stuff, was he? Like just atomic energy?
He just did the computer thing, so I don't think he had anything to do with the atomic anything.
Not splitting atoms. He was,
No.
He was but atomic
in the
energy it's got its own parking space, isn't it?
Well,
It's part of it. It's
my dad is 94.
still going?
Still going. Yeah. He used to make computers.
94.
Yeah.
You'll get to 94. You got good bloodlines.
My grandfather died at 103.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't
And he said, "This is not living. This is existing." He was an angry man.
What did he do for work?
He was an accountant originally, but he had a banana farm
All right.
in Coffs Harbour.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
He liked his numbers. He could count his bananas.
Oh, mate. Well, last time I visited him, he must have been 90. Well, I visited him on his deathbed, actually. As soon as we knew it was crook, we took off for the weekend, drove there, and we were there when he died. Mate, the doctor lifted up the sheets, looked because they checked the circulation. His legs, his skin, flawless. I was like, but he could barely breathe. He had pneumonia and whatnot. And I think they put a shot of something so he didn't have pain, and then they might have put purposely a bit too much so he can just go in peace or something.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
He could barely breathe, and he was a religious man. Like, he was 100 years old. Like, he thought he was going to go to hell. I'm wondering what he did. What made him think that he was going to go to hell is my question, actually. We always talk to my wife about that. We say, well, that was weird when he was going, I'm going to go to hell.
Was he born in Austria?
No, they're all, my family are all Aussies.
Oh, okay.
All of them. I have got no one. The only non-Aussies is my wife. My daughter was born here. And Vinny was born over there. But he doesn't have a...
Vinny, you're a good-looking man. Very good-looking man.
And fast.
Very quick. We're going to have a race-off with Reese, I reckon.
Oh,
but,
I wonder. Reese is... Oh, he used to be good at
Nah,
soccer.
Reese got a drinking problem. He's no good
No,
anymore.
he doesn't have a drinking problem. He only drinks once in a fortnight. But the problem is...
At least he
when
spews it up.
Yeah. I think that must be an actual... I reckon that's a bless. Because he doesn't drink too much, and then when he does, he's crook ass. So I guess that's why he doesn't drink too much.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. And he's still got the discipline during the week where he doesn't go near it. So
He's busy. He's always onto something.
he is very entrepreneurial. He's and he for his age, he's probably 30 in
In his mind, you reckon?
knowledge. Yeah. Because he was always, because Caitlin was into the gymnastics and all that. And eventually I grabbed him back here. So I used to let him watch Jaws and, all the R-rated films when he was
Yeah.
only 8 or 9. So I sort of, how I like men and I am a man. I like to put him in that environment because we're men. If you're chasing your sister around every day of the week up the gymnastics club, you're not.
It's most likely that he was doing that to look at the other girls,
That's right.
which is what I used to do in my mum's ballet school.
Yeah, now that's a good thing also. But there were times where, I'd pull him home and just, we would do bloke stuff.
Yeah,
we got this.
And some rough and tough.
Oh, fuck yeah! But we had times where we were playing zombie games on the computer, and you think how slow the computers were when they first came out to where they are now. That laptop that he's running now has got.
Have you seen his computer that he bought?
Yeah.
The new Apple
whiz,
bloody it's good looking too.
True.
It looks like a real piece of technology. Like, wow, Apple knows how to do things.
And it's working. It's helping him out. So if he can keep growing in that industry, because he's into advertising and he's into algorithms and it's good. He
understands the market.
He understands it. That's part of your.
I'm not talking about
That's part of your 10,000 hours. This is part of being a master.
I'm not talking about the share market.
For a young fella, he's very
market.
knowledgeable for a young fella.
Yeah. Well, what he's doing with the pancakes and the coffee and with us, he does all that stuff.
He does, and he's very proud to do that. He's
we love it.
I think it's excellent. It seems to be working very, very well. And, like, you think of the year and a half they were over in Whistler and Blackcomb, and how lucky they were that these two kids met each other.
And they adore each other.
And
have you seen them together? They adore each other.
They get on like a house on fire, don't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
I love it.
And that's all you ever wish for your kids, to be happy, don't you?
Yeah, I think both of them, it's because of what they've seen at home.
I think that's part of it.
I am my wife, we adore each other and we fight and whatever, but we're there. We're not.
We're one.
That's right. That's right.
You're
we're
one.
A team.
You're a family. And isn't it funny, when you get the group back together, how much you fuck around, like when you get everybody back in the same cage.
Yeah.
You could sit back 15 years ago and you're gonna banter stuff around. How good's that? That's what the family unit is. That's the tightness of it.
And we love it. And that's one of the reasons we are here. Because we love cheers.
Cheers for coming down.
I don't care anything. I want to hang out with you and with Mandy.
I don't think you'll get rid of us once we get up there. That's the problem.
And you shouldn't, because it's amazing. You should go as often as you want. Hey, yes, thank you.
Maroochydore. How good's Maroochydore? Man, it's been a while. We did a helicopter ride up there in 1988 with Bob and Michael, and it wasn't a Chinook and it wasn't a Huey. It was like one of those big choppers that could lift tanks. Had a big centre door on it, and they go chuk, 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 chuk. Every 15th rotation, the thing would drop out of the air and then it'd pick up again. God. And it was a big heavy.
Was it a steam helicopter?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it come off a train.
Oh,
so it could have been. But, geez, that was a good time. 1988, I reckon it was the Brisbane Expo, and it was one of the first trips I ever did with Mandy. We weren't married then. We were just kids, and we'd sort of gone up, and I met Mandy in 1985, and we went up with Mandy's mum and dad, and we had a great time out there. It was good fun. We were drinking beers. We were drinking Queensland beers that were green and granular.
4X.
4X.
Because they don't know how to spell beer, apparently.
Just XXXXX.
Apparently. That's what
But
I heard.
it's a good place, when you come from Adelaide. Adelaide's hot, and it's a dry hot. You've got temperatures of, say, 43, 44, 45, 46. It's starting to creep up every now and then. But it's hot. You walk outside and you can feel the melanoma is just stinging in the skin, you go up to Brisbane, Sydney, Brisbane, Queensland, up that way, you get out of the plane and you go, oh, ooh la la, we're in paradise.
Yeah. Well, it's
so sultry. It's
moist.
It's a moist.
It's a humid. It's like 27, and you're like, and you're like, but it's not even hot. What's happening? Yeah.
Good. What's your average rainfall up there, David?
I couldn't say. I have no idea. All I know
Be a
is
couple of metres.
the last 2 years has been raining. Now it's a bit dry. But you know how Australia was burning at one point, like
Yes, sir.
like 6 years ago,
Yes.
and there was a few years of dryness. Well, we just come out of the wet bloody few years, so I'm thinking now.
So
it's gonna
El
get dry again.
Nino, where are we now?
Oh yeah, you're right. I heard
Because you got
something about that.
see, you know the temperature for a cyclone on the water is 26.5.
Oh, I had
So
no
a
idea.
cyclone won't form at 26.
Right,
It's got to be 26.5 before you start to get a spin turret.
right. I didn't know.
All right.
that.
So the I think it's the water temperature is cooler or hotter. I can't work out, but when you are in El Nino, so obviously when you're in one or the other, you get no rain, and you probably get an abundance of cyclones or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, it's been raining constantly, and literally, it's only been quiet for the last couple of months. But the last 2 years has been like everything was moldy, and winter moldy, summer moldy. We were like, "What's going on?" Yeah, like summer, it rained the whole bloody time, and half of this winter as well. But last year, the whole year was rain. We were like, but at least for me, at least in summer, rain is lovely because of the heat and the moist heat. At least it cools everything down.
yeah, we got a clip lock roof too, so when it rains, it puts you to sleep. It's just so beautiful, you know, when it rains and and then you wake up and you go, it's not raining anymore. I'm pissed off because I didn't hear the rain on the roof because it is so therapeutic for you.
It is.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
and but we get. I think we're around 575 millimetres of rain a year, so we're just over half a metre. Which look at it, that's fuck all.
Oh, then no.
You go to North Queensland and you've got 23 metres.
Yeah, yeah, that's not Chacos will be like it rains like when it really like you go to park, and suddenly you can't go back home, and last time it was a big rain, like even the lids on the coming out, and there was this much water on our driveway on the bottom part of it, and I was in the van and I thought, if it's flooded, forget it, they say. But I'm like, this is my house. I'm going to my house. And then I went in, and it was, we had to dig because it was about to go into the kitchen. So digging, and we spent the whole time, and it was like hurting. I was looking at the water tanks. There was a river coming out of the water tanks, and I'm thinking, how is it possible that it's raining so much in that space? Just water falling off it like a river.
I need you to talk about the big snake that we saw on the phone the other day.
Oh, that's nothing.
Can you talk about that for a minute or so?
Which snake?
I'm going to sneak
Which
out
one?
for
The
a
one,
whiz.
the one that the cat was looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big one. Talk about
Yeah,
that for 30
so-
seconds. I'll be back.
All right. So we do have snakes. We live in the center of the Sunshine Coast, and it's fully urbanized. But we have actually 1 hectare of forest, and our property is about 1.5 hectares. I think it's 5 or about 3.5 or 4 acres, something like that, and it's just forest. So yeah, we even had a koala walked through the group of people in a barbecue at my place, just making noise, and he didn't care that we were there, and he went up the rock stairs, and he left into the bush. But we get all sorts of mainly what we mainly see is tree snakes, like the green tummy, and pythons, lots of them. But nothing down. I've seen a brown snake one in my house, actually.
A brownie?
In the house. We were renovating, so there was no plaster anywhere, and it came through one of the holes on the wall.
What's the name of the snake?
It doesn't have
Is it a
bloody name.
garden snake or is it a
What, the
carpet
brown snake?
Not the brownie, the one we saw on the camera.
No, that was a carpus, and that was a python.
They're pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah, but they
But they don't hurt you.
no, they just say that it's dangerous that they bite because you can get an infection. But it's not like they're not. What is it called? Oh, thanks for that. I
They're
still have
not.
some left. They're not aggressive.
They haven't got the venom in them.
They have no venom. Yeah, and they're not aggressive, which is another thing. So brown snakes apparently. Well, this is what happened is we were renovating the part of the house what we're now living in at the moment downstairs. I don't know if you know the story that we're renovating a house now. So we're all living on the bit that we renovated then, and there was holes and the thing. I'm in the lounge room and I see Salsa going weird, and my Salsa's our cat. Yeah, we got two cats, and she's
What
like,
are their names?
Salsa and Rico.
Salsa.
Yeah,
They
Salsa.
love to dance.
Yes, they do. And so Salsa was being weird, and I saw it through the door. And this is like 15, 20 meters. I'm looking at that's weird.
They do sense it, don't they? If they
And
know.
I sensed it. She was less than half a meter from this brown snake. But I didn't know that yet. So I go there, and I go through the door, and all the cables are hanging because the electrician has been in there. There's no light. And all I see is Salsa going and cables everywhere. And suddenly I see this cable that is getting thick and thick and thick. And then I realize what was happening. There's a snake in the room. And I'm like, oh. So I quickly go.
Ooh la la.
I go, ooh la la, Antonio, Onio. I go, holy shit. And I didn't know what car, it was dark. That's the other thing. So I go, run away, I say, snake. And I grab a broom.
Mature brown or baby brown? Or?
No, it was not a baby brown. Browns are not big anyway. So it was a mature one.
But
Like
they are aggressive, aren't they? If they strike.
This one was, but you can think why. There's a bloody cat trying to fuck around with her, and she's locked she's cornered in a unit. So obviously she was aggressive. So the girl grabbed all I could think was a brew. And the thing is that Salsa, God, she's an idiot. I kept, go away. I had to move her with the foot so that I can try to control this beast. And she kept coming back. I know that I kicked her, actually. But it was just because I was pushing her like this so often, and she wouldn't move. The next one was more like a puff, more than actually a push with my leg. And then getting everybody to come so that they can illuminate, because I couldn't see. And I just had them squashed first on the floor, squashed. But it was a broom, so I couldn't really do much with it. And she was going like...
Yeah, really.
So what I did was, I have a video somewhere. I'm going to show you. It's in my
How
phone.
did you control it?
I just pressed her, and I pushed, and I scared her awake through the main door.
And then pushed it out.
Yeah, as best as I could, because she was really trying to...
Imagine if Charlie was there.
What would have happened?
He would have gone, ooh la la la.
Ooh la la. Well, I don't know where Rico was. He was probably hunting
He does
rats or
fire up.
something.
Charlie does fire up, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He does get aggressive. He gets
Well,
sweet.
he's a big cat.
He gets sweet by these plumber birds down here, and they're fucking assholes. They got yellow beaks, and they're quite aggressive to him,
Right.
which I think creates half his issues.
Well, Charlie, I've noticed because I've been touching him. He's like Rico, but a hippie with long hair.
Absolutely.
But he's the same type of big, agile.
He'll live till he's 50.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
He's already 27 now.
No, is he 27?
But he could be, you know what I mean?
You-
He's a little...
I thought he was 27. But how?
But he will live till he's 50 just to piss me off because, you know, if he doesn't get the right meal, he actually goes into our bedroom.
And demands.
And if Mandy's in there, he'll say,
Where's my food?
not happy, Jan. Dad gave me this shit meal.
All right. And what do you feed him?
He gets packaged meals, like you get packaged meals from the shops
Yeah, yeah.
with tin foil on them.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like for that type of cat. And you'll zip it off and you put
And
it down.
sometimes
See,
he doesn't like it.
well, Mandy tips it into those plastic containers.
Yeah.
So their whiskers don't get caught up.
Oh.
Soon as the whiskers get
Yeah.
hit, then the cat sort of
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
moves away. And I say, fuck you, you get the food for free.
Yeah. Get your whiskers involved.
Get
mate.
your fucking whiskers in the food.
Yeah, yeah.
So if he doesn't like it, he then demands to get let out. So he's got two on you already. This is before 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, look at him.
So he's already in
Cheeky
miles in front of you. And it goes on for the rest of the night. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You go to work, come home, and, he's swan dancing around the house that,
He wants more.
where have you been? I've been sleeping all
Yeah.
day, He does rule the roost.
Yeah, have you heard that? Well, it's like a joke where they say the dogs think you're God and the cats think they're God.
Cheers.
Thing.
I think
Cheers,
they do.
actually.
The cats are born killers, though, aren't
Well,
they?
yeah, the hunters.
Yeah, they'll go.
Rico rocks up with. Hopefully, you don't get cancelled by saying that he's a hunter and he comes back with birds and stuff and
Sure.
and rats and whatnot.
They torment.
All the vegans are going to
they
shut you
rip
down.
them
mate.
apart. They're terrible.
And he gives me gifts, so
We
I
don't eat the gifts though here.
oh God no, I don't eat them either. Thank you very much. But he, I know straight away when he's been hunting. Not when he's been hunting, when he's caught something. Because Rico doesn't really meow. He does this. He does this weird thing when he already caught something and he's waiting for me to look from out of the window.
Look what I've done.
And if I do nothing, he comes in through his little door that he has and he leaves it in front of my bedroom door when I wake up in the morning and it's like.
They don't shit inside, do they? They go outside.
No, they don't. But apparently. Salsa's the only one that doesn't feel comfortable going out of the bloody little door. Rico does. Well, I haven't seen them pooing or peeing for years because they go out and do their thing wherever.
Yeah, I think all animals get it after a while. I know Charlie gets it. Just before you landed, just to tell another story, Mandy had mopped all the floors and then she'd gone to work. At 6:30, when I wake up in the morning, the cat's going... And it's fucking chucked all over the floor in the entranceway. And like goodles of it.
Oh, wow. A big
I
one.
thought, why didn't you open the door? You got your own keys, mate.
Yeah, he does.
I'd put a cat
He's got
door in, but he'd bring his mates back. I reckon there'd be heaps in there.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Does he have friends?
I think so.
Oh.
I think he's a bit of
My neighbour's got two cats.
I think he's a bit of a naughty pussy. Because sometimes I catch him coming across the road and I say,
where have you been?
Where? You're in a different suburb across there.
Can he play tennis?
No.
He's got no balls. Okay.
He's got no balls, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But I showed him where they were.
What have you got his balls, buddy? Look, like
We
what,
got him in a jar.
plastinated or something?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But,
No, you don't.
He's a naughty boy. But he will live till 50, I think.
Yeah. My neighbour's cat is a black. He's got two cats.
What's their names?
Okay. One is called
Hurricane.
Chico, which means small in Spanish. And the other one is just Mrs. because it's the girl cat. So they call it Mrs. Well, Chico comes up once a year. It's like a few weeks where he's like, and you can hear him outside like near the door of the house.
Is he saying, I'm manly?
And he's black, so all you can see his eyes like shining. And I think, and Salsa's there like this. Like she knows it's her. Unless it's Rico, and then, well, that's another story. I don't want to get involved in any of that.
Sex demon. He's a sex demon. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And we're heading into the casino tonight.
Well, that was your wishes.
We are now Saturday. It's my birthday next Thursday on the 29th, so we're a little bit early, but how good's that going to be? I think it's a rooftop bar. I think it's pretty good.
We're having dinner there as well? Where are we having dinner?
I would think we'd be having dinner. Yeah. Okay. We had a nice risotto. Just tell me your risotto last night. That was
Did you love it?
Beautiful.
Because you don't like
I
bloody
did like it.
Parmesan
I ate
cheese.
the whole lot and I beat Mandy, so I must have liked it.
Okay.
What was the sausage in it?
Just chorizo, Spanish chorizo. Yeah, so it was chicken.
And we had a few little nibbles before we actually got served.
Yeah,
little appetizers.
Yeah. Yep, I do a nice risotto. I know it.
Was good. What about the asparagus? Did I cut that up properly?
You did cut it properly, and the onion as well.
The onions were a little bit. They could have been better, which I will work harder on.
Yeah.
What about the
garlic was perfect.
Garlic. The garlic.
Garlic was all right.
They're easy. They were diced very small.
Yeah, that's fine. They weren't diced. You just sliced them.
Did I?
You didn't dice anything, mate. It was good that we were like cooking it so it shrank and softened.
I got a mate, Paul and Sue Bastian, and they're life friends like you guys, and they cook. She's a chef, pastry cook.
Pastry chef.
Now, generally the men are pastry cooks.
Oh,
You know,
she does amazing food.
but she is a great cook. She's a very, very good cook, and he's learnt from her as well. Like,
Oh.
goes both ways, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, like just having a look at the material that went into the meal last night. You know, you got, let's say we've got 18 different items that go into making that meal. You've seen my capacity.
Yeah.
The dang roll.
That dang roll was
At least you got to
amazing,
experience it.
mate.
Was it all right or not?
It was beautiful.
Honestly,
I loved it.
honestly, was it all
Honestly,
right?
it was lovely. I love it. I love cheese and bread and butter and Vegemite and ham in the microwave. I love it.
Sometimes you can crisp up the rolls as well and still microwave them, and they're still a bit crunchy.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I do it all the time. It's my wife the one who doesn't like it.
So if Reese is hungover, I used to cook him these dang rolls on Sunday morning, and I'd get him 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it was enough fat and shit, you know, to start grabbing all the alcohol out of your blood and putting it out of your ass, you know, to get rid of it. But yeah, no, they're still good. I still love the dang rolls.
It was great breakfast, and then a double decker breakfast because then we had
eggs and butter.
When the kids woke up, and Alex missed it.
Thank you, Alex, for fixing up the gas bottle.
Oh God, I don't think there was nothing that she fixed.
She did very well.
Okay.
Well, Alex, we've just crossed over the 1 hour mark.
Oh, have we?
Thank you so much for
that was
bringing
great.
the family down.
That's the longest
on
half
this
an hour.
That's an hour.
Yeah.
We've clocked the hour now. So we better go and get ready for the casino bar.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Let's go.
So, yeah, we've still got a couple more days left yet. And
yeah.
we'll close it out, mate. So thank you very much.
Alrighty.
And we will kick off again. This has been your second time in the Milne Road Studios.
Third time.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. So now it's been a lot of fun, my man.
Everybody.
This has been a Milne Road Studios production. With David Fowler.
The one and only.
And Ashman.
Hey.
Boom, boom, boom. See you, Dave.
See you, Ash.
Let's get ready to go out.
Ceniza Blanca. Thank you.